that noonday. Searching for the truth.
Not knowing who we are got us groping at noonday. Working 9 to 5s got us groping at noonday. The food all defiled got us groping at noonday.
Feed your spirit, turn your radio at noonday. The laws that shield and buckler get you ready for doomsday. Sat me in the midst of the valley. We smoke since foes like Cali. Another black man dead, so that's another tally. Don't get caught in the alley, cause they smoking hot back. Them guns cop back. We teaching on the corners where they cop back. They try to kill our brothers, so with them scriptures we shot back. Purple and gold across the globe. You can't top that black man and unity. This verse is my eulogy. The kingdom for people who never had an opportunity. 12 gates for the 12 tribes. We rule the people that oppress us. Yeah, I know you feel the vibes. Better choose a side. Don't wanna repent because the pride indoctrinated us. Our brother Esau, he really hated us.
Hey, bro, you got any questions? I know you just sitting listening. Hey, we got a dialogue, bro. We got our people out here. There's no problem for us to dialogue. When you listen to us and we going over about keeping God's laws and how we must keep those things, what are your thoughts about that as a Nation of Islam? And I'm not trying to put you as a representative of Nation of Islam, but how does that translate to what you believe?
Like I said, brother, I'm only here to listen.
Okay.
But it's going to make us better.
Okay, so we agree with that.
Because real quick, like I said, I'm not going into nothing. I'm not going into nothing. A lot of black people nowadays, they want to talk about trying to get money to start business. We need that. But what we prefer is God.
That's correct.
So I'm not going no further than that. But when you talk about the commandments, we share that same understanding.
Okay. We share the same thing.
But that's all I'm going on.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
No, it's all good. And that's a good point that you bring up. How you doing, bro? What's your name? Walter?
Yeah.
Walter, you ever heard you was Israelite before? All right, so what have you heard about it?
In the book, in the Bible.
In the Bible?
Yeah.
About what? I mean, because, Walter, the reason why I'm saying it like that is because every 10 to 15 years our people hear that they're a different nationality. So that, you know, it started as Negro. Then it said you were black. Then they called you African American. Then they called you Moor. Then they called you Asiatic. You know what I'm saying? They called you all these different names, right? So every 15, 20 years, you get a new name. You know what I'm saying? So Hebrew is nothing, or Israelite is nothing but a long list of names if you don't know the power that's behind it. You understand? So when you say that you're an Israelite or you heard it, I want to make sure that it's just not in that long list of names that our people was called year after year after year. I want to make sure that there's some understanding on who the Israelites are and what's important about these Israelites. You understand? So when I ask you about the Israelites, and you say I heard about it before, do you understand how important it is? What is so important about it?
Foundation of this whole damn world. Excuse my language.
Foundation of the whole world. You are 100% correct. Give me Psalm, my bad, I know I told you to get that. Give me Psalm chapter 147, verse 19. 147, 19. Hey, you about to get out of here, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Always. You know you can always come talk to us, bro.
Same here, bro.
Any questions you can reach out to us. Let's have a dialogue. Real dialogue is real men. And let's come to the conclusion of the matter so we can stop being separated. Let's go to the scriptures. All right. Read.
Psalm chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
All right. Now, what is that saying? He only dealt so with the Israelites. Read.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any other nation. So black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, those are God's chosen people. He gave them laws and statutes that they must follow. And when they didn't follow them, there was a judgment that came with that. Give me that in Joel. I'll keep reading.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
As far as the judgments of God, when you break his commandments, the other nations have not known them. Because did other nations go through this? What's this a picture of, bro? It's a picture of slavery. Did other nations go through this? Where their whole nation was uprooted and taken into slavery? No. No. That didn't happen. So when the Bible, read that last part again.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
As for the judgments of the Lord, no other nation has known things like this. No other nation has known these atrocities that we went through. You know what I'm saying? So that's telling you that the Bible is a real book.
Right.
That there's real understanding coming from it.
Right.
Let me back that up. Is it Amos or is it Joel? Amos 3. You got it? Right? So we want to have an understanding of why it's important to know that you're an Israelite. Why is it important? Because when you go to your church, they say God loves everybody. But the Bible ain't saying that. He just said he only dealt with the Israelites. So this book is only a book for the Israelites. Read.
Amos 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
O children of Israel, read.
Against the whole family which I have brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have I known of all the families on the earth. So what is that showing? God has separation. He said, hey, I know that there's other people on this earth, but you, I've only dealt with you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So he said, I'm going to punish you for all your iniquities. He didn't say that about everybody else. So I want you to think about all the crimes the so-called white man has committed in the earth, right? He took people into slavery, war crimes, took over people's lands, etc., right? Has he ever paid for those crimes? Any time in history, has he ever had to pay for those crimes? No. So the Bible is a real book because God said, you the only one I'm gonna punish. I'm gonna punish you for your iniquities. So that's a burden on us that we got the commandments, we got to keep the commandments, and if we don't keep the commandments, we go into slavery.
They use that Bible as a scapegoat as far as against us as well.
Exactly. Because no, what they don't use the Bible against us. They use our misunderstanding against. That we in. Why are we in the predicaments that we in? Let me ask you a question. This your wife or girlfriend or something? Hey, girlfriend. So let me ask you something. Are you of Caucasian descent? No. She what?
Gad.
She's from Gad. Oh, okay. All praises. All praises. But my question is I lost my whole thought. That threw me off. My bad. Read it again.
Hosea 4 and 6.
So you know what tribe you from? What tribe you from? You're from Judah. All right, so now, what are you doing about it? You know that you're Israelite. What are you doing about it?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Some things I was doing and some things I fell off on.
Hey, step up closer, Walter. Closer. You say some things you was keeping in, you fell off. Like what?
Well, like, following up the body, but at the same time, trying to keep it, but life hits.
Okay,
It's not an excuse, it's just...
You understand that the reason for us being together, congregating together, is so when life happens, you got a brother to go through it with you.
Right, that's right.
That's why we're supposed to be together.
Right.
Give me that. You got that in Hebrews 10:25. We got to congregate together because, and then I want you to find Ecclesiastes where it says two are better than one. Two are better than one. Read.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together.
Say, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, read.
As the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
So we're supposed to be exhorting one another to keep these commandments, law, statutes, right? We're supposed to be exhorting one another to walk in the faith and not give up. We're supposed to be exhorting one another to get their households in order. That's what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do that. All right? But that's why it's important for us to gather together. All right? What you say? So I'm going on, read that.
Ecclesiastes.
It's Ecclesiastes.
It's Ecclesiastes 4.
Yeah. Two are better than one.
4, yes, 4:9. Ecclesiastes 4:9.
My bad, something cool on me. But this is why it's important for us to join together. got what I need? Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9.
Bring it up.
Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor.
They have a good reward for their labor. So we're supposed to be coming together. You're supposed to be coming and learning, no matter what's going on in life. Because, give me Sirach chapter 2, in verse 1. Let me show you something, bro. Let me show you what's real about this Bible. Let me show you something.
Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So when you sign up for this, you automatically gonna have problems. Because the devil don't want you to be a part of this. So it's automatically, those temptations gonna come. Automatically, because you're changing your life. You're going from what I used to do in the world to now I'm doing this for God. I'm keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So your flesh is gonna fight with your spirit. So that's why the more you need brothers that you could be around that will encourage you to build you up. Give me Sirach 32. Sirach 32 and what is it, 14? Yeah. All right. Give me that. Because we gotta be around like-minded individuals. Or you're gonna fall. Like you said, hey, you know, I was doing it, but then I fell off. That's because you didn't have a good foundation around you or brothers to help lift you up when you were falling. That's why the scripture said in Ecclesiastes, where one fall, there'll be one there to pick them up. And they'll have a good reward for that day. Read.
Sirach 37, verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Be around a godly man who you know to keep the commandments. You got good examples right here. We have Sabbath class every Saturday at 3 o'clock. Our address is on the back. You're more than welcome to come. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to start getting your household in order. Just like you saying it's your girlfriend. You know in the scriptures, where's girlfriend? You're supposed to get married, right? Go to Ezekiel, Exodus 22 and 16, just so we can read the law. Just so we can make sure that we blameless in how we dealing. We trying to get a sense to our people, how to change the community. Get that for me. Exodus 22 and 16. Read.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Well, that's a commandment. If you lay down with a woman, you're supposed to marry her. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to make strong community when we have strong marriages. So that's important, bro. You can't just get past that. And you got to be the head. Give me 1 Peter chapter 3. You got to deal with this woman according to knowledge. You can't just, go upside her head. Not saying you're doing that. Right. But you can't go upside her head. You can't be mean to her, rude to her. You got to be patient with her just like Christ was patient with us.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
You're supposed to dwell with her according to knowledge, according to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of God. You're supposed to tell her, hey, when the Bible coming out, you got your head covered, but you're also supposed to be teaching her Deuteronomy 22 and 5. You got to have the dress on.
Well, she does. She has to put them on today.
Hey, look.
We got them.
This is the thing we got to understand. It didn't say, hey, just wear dresses when you're around other people. It said that's the attire of a woman. She's supposed to wear dresses all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to these brothers and you talk to my wife, she ain't got no women's pants. What's some women's pants? Ain't no women's pants in the house. What you gotta say?
She says, let her know that's all she usually wears. Just
today. But this is what I'm saying. The spirit bearing witness, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do things a million times, but then when you don't do it that one time, that's what you're known for.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And